early. Early.
Star in here with us, man.
How you living, Blaqstar?
What's going on, brother?
The one and only, man.
Man.
Shit, so.
Yeah.
Now you was telling us.
Video shit, but I don't do this.
No, that's exactly why you're here.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
bro.
Like, it's 3 videographers in here. You know what I'm saying? And you was telling us before we got on, this is your first time being like on camera. You know what I'm saying? So it's really exclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying? For being individuals that be behind the camera, I always feel like this internal honor when they step on the camera. Like shout out all the directors that somebody, because I'm like, I know this ain't your lane. Like it's so. You know,
I bet you going.
It's when you get to that point of forgetting it's there. Then
Exactly. Like 15 minutes of this shit, you're gonna be.
Niggas gonna be after this episode like, damn, Black.
Do more of this. We need to see more of you. That's gonna happen, bro. I guarantee. The first time you get that, like, oh, we need to see more of you. Let me know, because it's gonna come.
Oh, y'all fuck with the kid. Y'all fuck with the kid. All right.
But bro, real quick, man, for people that may not know who you are and everything like that, real quick, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Who you are, what kind of motion you got going on, and everything like that.
Damn, nigga, I got way too much anxiety for that.
Put you on the spot, real quick.
What? Shit. I'm Iranian American. I take that privately. That's why my name is Blaqstar. Because you know, Blaqstar in the middle of the flag, and that's what you know.
That's real.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. But
I didn't even know. Like,
there's a lot of
fuck.
You're layered.
Right.
You're layered.
So check this out. I spell it BLAQ.
Right.
Because a lot of people think it's because I'm Crip, and I don't want to put CK, but that's not true.
Niggas probably from mad niggas in front of LA.
Nah,
Like,
the
yo,
myth.
bro,
This
like,
nigga just expelled the myth.
What's that about? Like,
Nah. The Q is my last name start with a Q.
Okay.
And my Q is, as soon as you hear it, you know it's African. So
Yeah.
it's like, it was my way, like being proud of it and putting it into it, my nickname.
making your own.
And then my nickname mean my heritage. So I'm very proud of my heritage.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm interested in knowing, like, have you? This might sound like a crazy question, but maybe not. Have you always been super proud of your heritage? I'm Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? I'm Nigerian. I grew up. I just grew up kind of not completely disowning it, because I used to go there a lot when I was a kid. Like, shout out to my folks. They took me there when I was like as young as 6, and then just regularly after, right? So I learned to love being there and everything like that. But it wasn't always something that when I'm back here, when I come back and I go to school and shit like that, it's not something I always like bragged about. So, but now it's like, I tell people off break, yeah, like I'm Nigerian, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
How did you always feel? How did you always feel?
It's cool to be African now? Or?
Well, it's very interesting. It got cool when I already got comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? I got comfortable with it. It's so I got comfortable with it. Like I came out of the closet or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's like I more just, because again, I would go there all the time, and I'm like, dog, like, it's popping over there. Like as far as from a chill standpoint, they don't care about the things that we care about here. You know what I'm saying?
I just got back from there last week.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you went to Nigeria as well?
No, I went to, shut up. I went to
Ghana. I was like, you in a side mission? Like,
I went for some other shit.
But from the mother, you just got back from the motherland. Yeah. So what was that trip about? Like, what'd you go out there for?
I mean, it wasn't for pleasure. I'll tell you that. It was actually.
Test is over.
It was actually my mother's not birthday. It was my mother's birthday, but it was my mother's funeral.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Damn. Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah. You know, it's like the whole culture thing. You know, like
celebration of life type of vibe.
You culturally have to do it, a certain way, especially that she passed away in Africa. So like, there's a certain way you go about it. It's not just like, oh, run a place, get the funeral, like, hit the morgue. Like, there's a lot of shit involved.
Way different,
yeah, So it was like we was there for like a month and a half, and towards the end, you know, I was chilling. You know, less depressed. And
Yeah.
No. That's real.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Sorry to hear that, but it's interesting because I feel like, you know, Africans, whether you're Ghanaian, Nigerian, or wherever, it's more of like a celebration of life type of vibe. It's not like a mourning of a passing. It's more of like celebrating who that person was. You know what I'm saying? Or is, or who we know them, who we know them to be.
No,
well, I'm glad you brought that up, because being African, you know, like being young, you probably went to like endless funerals, didn't you?
Man.
You know what's crazy? I didn't go to my parents would go to them. It's like every other weekend they're going to a wake. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like, they're going to a wake. No, but they call it a wake. Matter of fact, that napkin, put that shit under the table because I feel like it's in the shot. Yeah, that's cool. But I feel like it was very much like my parents was always going to wakes and stuff like that. But when I was young, I was going. I mean, I didn't really go to them. My first funeral was my grandmother's joint, and I was like a teenager at that point. But that's kind of but that was kind of life changing in the sense of I didn't realize the impact she had on people, bro. Like literally, it was like thousands of people, bro. Like,
but that's what it's about. It's like you get to see that instead of like people mourning. Some people want to show up because they mourn. Whatever. But the whole point of me bringing that up is like it ties into the whole videography thing. I started shooting videos with my father, right? My father, he was an architect by trade, but he had a passion for videos, right? So me being just old enough to figure everything out, he like put me in
what we
and
did.
the phones weren't that.
And
great.
phones weren't. Yeah,
Motorola Razors.
Nah,
like,
we was like, it's
but
still
but
like,
the phones wasn't.
iPhones came out, but it wasn't like
Nobody was taking a
for
picture
videos,
to
yeah.
like
I'm saying
of
to,
themselves.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying to your point.
You taking
like,
a picture of maybe like a scenery or whatever.
I'm saying to your point, like the contrast of the photos that you was probably coming with was like, bro.
Oh
what
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck?
Oh, yeah,
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 Like,
yeah.
shit,
That's
look at
how I
the
killed
quality
it.
of
It's
our
like some
content.
shit you go to the mall to get.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like-
so-
right.
So now I think about it, it's like your phone quality is only but so good.
Yeah.
So like my shit just came like how like iPhone 14 shoot now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how you
crazy.
look now
Yeah.
shooting your pictures
Right.
is how I was
That your
looking
shit
back
was looking
then.
to them. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
crazy. Done deal, nigga. What you want?
Right. So,
Nah, that is crazy.
and it was just like DSLRs that just came out. So like
Yeah.
they just came out. This the same year the first DSLR started circulating is when I got my 7D. I got 7D.
7D. Oh,
Yeah,
he
I got
was in the
7D.
game. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So like, all right. So now when you're shooting, right? When does it, I guess, come to a point like, so now you graduate, does it ever get to a point where you're like, yo, I want to shoot some other content? Or did the opportunity fall in your lap? Like, what was it? Was it more of your decision or kind of like, yeah, it just happened by nature?
So so what happened was like so let me say it like this. I don't know why I brought up DSLRs. DSLRs was college. So by the time I'm getting into college, that's when DSLRs were popping, right?
Okay.
But prior to that, from when I started to that point, was all like Nikon cameras, like photography.
Yeah.
So when I got the DSLR camera, shout out to my brother because he helped me get that shit. He loaned me like 2 bands and I paid him back like slowly and shit.
Right.
But he helped me get that shit and I knew shit I could shoot videos with this. You know what I'm saying? It's a good camera, but I
Right.
could shoot videos with this. And at this time nobody was doing that. Like,
Yeah.
there was no like YouTube was there, but niggas wasn't shooting their own
Yeah.
videos.
You had to be like Wiz Khalifa doing a day to day to do
actual
it.
camcorder. You had to have a real
Like,
camcorder, HD
yeah.
camcorder. So yeah, I'm like realizing what I could do with the shit, and I literally happened to be on Twitter, right? I'm thinking about it now, and it's hilarious because Trell actually did the No Jumper interview and did the same
Word,
shit.
okay,
Right? He said
okay.
the same story. So I go online and I just have because I'm paying attention. So in between all this, let me slow down.
Right.
In between all this shit, right? I've always had a passion for music. I'm currently an A&R. I've been doing A&R
Yeah,
type
again,
things
that, for sure.
for like my whole like
your
adult
career.
life,
The whole time.
basically, right?
Yeah.
So I've always like checked out the music scene in the city, and even like I went to school in Norfolk and Richmond, so I was
Right.
even around there and all that. So I was managing artists that were known in DC like at 16, 17. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So I was doing that. So I was checking out the scene, and at the time, like Trell was like buzzing, like
Yeah.
in terms of like he didn't have like nothing big out, but it was like, yo, niggas know who that is.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So I remember following him on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? This is early Twitter too,
Yeah.
and he probably had like 1,000 followers and shit. So
Early Twitter was a vibe,
It
bro.
was-
Early Twitter was a place to
You could
be.
get in contact with anybody.
Bro, I used to-
bro.
I feel like I used to- yeah.
talk back.
Bruh,
Yeah, talk
it's
back.
crazy. I had a back and forth with the lead singer from Paramore, who at the time was like,
Just a regular-
Nah, I mean at the time I was like, I was obsessed with Paramore.
Okay,
So like
okay.
when she like tweeted me back, I was like, oh shit, I could
That's
talk to
kinda-
celebrities.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I was
right,
like,
right,
I can talk. We can talk. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
early Twitter was a vibe.
Yeah.
It's like
different.
now we take for granted like all the shit that we can actually do.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Back at that time, that was like, wow, this is new. Like, it's
Yeah,
tight.
yeah.
So I remember just writing him like, this is why I wrote him. So I guess that day he just happened to download a Skype, right? And he was like, yeah, I guess he was actually probably looking for bitches. I don't know, but he was like,
Early Skype was a vibe too.
yeah, he was
Early
like,
Skype was a vibe too.
he was like, yeah, hey, this is my Skype. Hit me up, type shit, right? So I just hit him, and I, took a while, but he answers,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, what's up? He's looking at me like, nigga, what you doing? Like,
So you actually hit me? You actually hit me?
It's like,
What do
nigga,
you want?
about to tell me?
He's like,
Nigga,
what do you
what's
want?
up? I mean, he probably gave it the time of day. 'Cause he's probably thinking I'm just a fan about to be like, yo, you hard, blah, blah,
gas
blah.
him or something.
So like he just looking like, yeah, what's up? I was like, you
didn't think you were gonna get an answer.
It was organically happening, and as soon as he answered, I was like, hey, bro, let me shoot a video for you, free of charge, type shit.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna give you a number to hit up. Just hit this nigga up, and we can figure it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that happened, and maybe a week passes, and I'm like, yo, I'm ready to shoot the video.
Right.
And gave me an address in the city. I pull up.
Was that
And-
Freeze Me?
Really?
Nah, so that's everybody looking.
Everybody looking.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
First video.
First video. First video.
And off a hunch,
the crazy shit about it, that was my first music video ever.
Oh, ever.
Man.
Ever. Like, I shot videos.
Yeah.
I did little
but more
shit,
like party shit. More like,
shit, like, you know, that type of shit.
See, and that's tough, right? Because I feel like there's something in that where there was no hesitation in you, even
That's
though
what I'm
you
saying,
didn't
like on
do
your
it
part.
prior.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, I feel like your experience to that point is like, I know what the fuck I'm doing with this camera. And it's like you reaching out to somebody. It's like, yo, bro, I know you doing something with your craft. And it's kind of like, I'm not bullshitting. Like,
Right.
But you know what's interesting about that time? And that's what I was going to say. Like, at that time, bro, you probably felt like you were the man with that because there was no competition. And maybe you didn't feel like you were the man because you didn't realize that. I mean, I don't know. I know when I first picked up a camera, I was like, shit, like I'm one of a handful of people that could do this. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm one of a handful of people that could do this. I'm not the nicest because I'm looking at like, because with social media, you can see I'm starting to find a world of other videographers. So I used to be obsessed with Currency's videographer. CJ Wallace.
Creative control dude?
No, CJ Wallace, 40 FPS.
I think he did some shit with creative control.
He might have did with some shit with creative control for sure. Yeah, for sure. But there's this dude, CJ Wallace, that like I was just obsessed with, bro. Like every video he dropped seemed to be like crazier than the last one. So, but I know this dude and like nobody else knows this dude. So I'm kind of like emulating my videos off of him. So just off of like how I'm trying to learn it, because I literally didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who can I? And again, not everybody was doing this. So it's like once I found him, I was like, shit. I was infatuated by his work. So I'm just like following him, and then I'm like, let me try that on my next video. You know what I'm saying? But I was literally like one of a handful of niggas that was even doing videos that I knew, like in my not even my inner circle, but like my extended circle. It's like nobody was doing videos. So I just felt like, damn, I'm different in that regard. You know what I'm saying?
I could feel it was new.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like, and it was like a different type of feeling, like where you feel like, oh shit, this is on the brink.
Yeah,
this is untapped.
And it's crazy because with the advent of social media or the growth of social media, it's like everybody needed a video. Like niggas that you don't even think. It's like you need it. What do you need a video for? From Instagram.
Look, I'm gonna say two things.
Yeah.
One, I'm gonna talk about you know how your man that you just basically say you looked up to.
Yeah. Had somebody to I guess like a role model of a sense.
All right, so I'm gonna give a shout out to my man because it's crazy. We ended up being like the best of friends like, later in life. But I was like used to watch his videos, like, man, it's tight. Blind folks.
Blind folks.
So blind folks used to do all the
Benes?
No, he used to do all the Waka and Gucci shit back in the day.
Oh shit.
All right.
So he was the Brick Squad. He was
Yeah.
cameraman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he used to so this it's funny, I ended up actually meeting Lex and doing some shit with Lex. We did the Smoke One videos with Lex. But even prior to that,
when he was doing the fucking tutorials and shit, how to make a beat.
Yeah,
and shit like
I shot
that.
those.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Like part of the culture.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
that was a moment in itself.
No, I've learned a lot. I learned a lot of the videos I've done. Like people, a lot, like everyone knows. Like everyone our age knows.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy. How does that feel to like when you sit back and think about that?
It's surreal. Shit. Like it's because I live in the moment and I know when shit's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've done shit where I'm like starstruck. I'm like, oh,
Like this is cool.
But it's like when even years later, they be like, bro, that was legendary. Like I did the Gleesh Chronicles. Like I didn't realize how many people watch that shit. Then I thought about it, like Chief Keef's like legendary.
Yeah.
So everybody scours the internet for all his shit. And it's like that's one of them things.
Yeah.
And then it's like even the first episode, I was like, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's crazy. I meet people from anywhere. Like I live in LA, right? So it's like I'll meet people in LA from other places because it's an import town. They're like niggas from New York, niggas from Florida. They're like, yeah, I just love that video.
Damn, that's crazy.
Like damn.
And it's crazy because you don't be like I'm sure people don't know like who you are, know like what you look like. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't be on the camera, so that might blow their mind when they're like right next to a nigga. It's like that was you.
Yeah, facts.
What was the reception like? Like y'all, you shot everybody looking, and sometimes a lot of people like in today's day and age, what you see, sometimes people shoot with a videographer, and then you on to the next. Like,
you don't even stick around.
So like this is the thing, like, and I'm trying to tell you, like in them days, especially when I got hit the trail. Not gonna lie, like one of the things that also stood up is that Blaqstar 91 Productions fading in before this shit started. Like every time. So I'm like, okay, it's Blaqstar. Like this is every time it's Blaqstar. So obviously the reception had to be on some, yo, my nigga, like let's run it back, like let's do this shit again. So like after you drop that shit, what happened? Type shit.
So because I had the experience of working with my dad and doing all that shit, I realized the power of branding. So it was like, with everything I did, that's why when I started doing the profile pic.
Yeah, you tag the profile pics.
Like, I just wanted my shit there so I know I could hit up other people. Like, remember, you seen that shit?
You was on that.
Yeah.
So I was on it early. So basically, I didn't, listen, everybody looking was crazy because, like, I knew I did a decent video and I knew Trell was fairly known, but, like, it was like 500,000 out the gate. I was like, and back then 500,000 was like 5 million.
It's different, yeah, exactly. No, yeah, it's different. It's inflation. It's inflated now.
So it's like I never really like understood what was happening. You know what I'm saying? So look, so from the time we did that Skype call,
right,
and we kept in contact a little bit to the time we met and actually shot the video, it was a vibe. So it was like it was just cool. We was just vibing like.
On some deep in the rap shit. Fuck the like we cool.
We, like by the time we shot our second video, third video, like it was like established like now.
Yeah, y'all are boys essentially.
Why would I look for another nigga to shoot?
Oh yeah, 100%. Nah, facts.
Yeah,
and you know what's funny? Something that I've learned like as I've kind of been in this videography profession is that a lot of people don't know a lot of videographers. You know what I'm saying? So if they need a video, they're going to hit the one videographer that they know. If you can't do it, then you got to put me onto another one because I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not just like, people that are just all over the place. And even if they are, you don't have relationships with all of them. You know what I'm saying? So when you establish a relationship with one, it kind of sticks. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So in your case, what was Trell's reaction after he got after the first one? Was it like, because I know me and Bruke have talked about sometimes when you're working with people who don't operate cameras and stuff like that, who don't edit themselves, they get super geeked when they see like what you can do, and you might not even feel like this is the best thing I've ever done, but that person might be, because it's them like on the one hand, but it's also, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure you, yeah. So like, what was his reaction?
That's exactly what was happening. So I never really thought my shit was ever up to par. Like, that's some real, like I'm telling y'all niggas. Now,
and that's just like the Kobe mentality is like I could always be better. You know what I'm saying?
Granted, I knew I just started, especially early on right then, but it was like I just never felt like I never felt that way.
It's funny that you say that you just started, but you didn't just start, bro. You've been doing this shit since you was like 8 years old.
I just started music videos at the end of the day. I knew I had the
but
knowledge.
videos is videos. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, but I hear you. Go ahead
though. But it was like, I always felt like my shit could have been better, and I always felt like I'd see other people's shit. I'm like, yo, that shit vicious. Like, how the fuck you do that? Like, I'm like in the middle of trying to learn and shit. But Trell loved my videos. Like, and everybody, the whole, the whole camp, everybody I was dealing with. And like in between all that, I was with them as it was established that like, yo, I'm with y'all. But I was branching out, fucking with other people, like actually doing work, people paying me for videos. So like I'm getting shit out there, and I'm like, I have like my favorite videos that I shot. Some of them nobody really knows. I just know what it took to make that
make it happen.
So that's why I started realizing like, I do got a passion for this shit. Like,
No,
for sure.
That's lit. So, what opportunities or how does your career, like how does this evolve during this process? You shooting all these type of visuals? Are you shooting for other artists? Are you doing other type of plays as it pertains to the visuals, or like what type of doors does it open up type shit? Because I know I want to basically get to this path, like, because right now you serving more in like this A&R position, plug, just connect dots for individuals and things. So it's like, when did this transition even happen? Like, can you tell me when you got to the point, I guess, when you were shooting visuals where you're like, I feel like I need to do a pivot. Like I'm in the space bro, I need to be,
bro,
but
like, the reason I feel the way I feel about my life now is because I realized how I was back then. And back then I didn't give a fuck about nothing. Shit just happened because I was just walking in my steps, like the way I was supposed to go. Like, bro, I like, for example, bro, I happened to befriend this dude by the name of David Drake. He used to write for Vader, right?
Okay.
And it's like So he used to
That's
work for
crazy. I
Fader.
used to fuck with the Fader hard.
Yeah,
I used
that
to
was
fuck
the
with
shit.
the
They were the
Fader
shit back then.
South by
Like,
Wait, South by was the Fader House or Fader Fort?
Southwest going crazy.
Crazy.
Yo.
Nah,
I used to fuck with. I used to want to be a part of Fader in some capacity. I used to want to shoot for them or whatever.
So my man used to work for Fader, boom. And around this time, like my roommate puts me on, like he's like, "Yo, check out this video I just saw on WorldStar. Where the fuck you seen it?" And it happened to be Chief Keef, right? I'm like, so I'm watching the videos. I watched like 300 and Bang, some other video. This right before
AZ Productions too. Was he the one? He wasn't shooting. Okay, he
not yet.
Okay.
So he had 300 Bang. I don't like hadn't dropped just yet, right? Okay. So he's buzzing in Chicago, but he ain't like where he's about to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, yo, this nigga's, you know what I'm saying? I'm following him on Twitter and just checking him out, and I'm like, yo, this nigga's hard.
Right.
And I happened to, the next morning, like I found out about him, like, let's say Thursday.
Right.
By like Friday night, Saturday morning, I was talking to him, and I'm gonna tell you how.
Oh shit! I did not expect you to say that.
the Midi East. Hey, I want to say this story.
Yeah.
Let me crank
Yeah,
this
let's
one.
go.
So like the next day from when I first found out about it, I'm like actually like really liking the music and shit. And I'm like, yo, and me knowing videos and seeing how the video is shot and just how gritty it is, I'm just like in awe of it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, this some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm checking it out, and I happen to notice that my man David Drake had just interviewed him. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I just found out about this nigga yesterday.
Yeah.
My man interviewed him.
Right.
So I'm reading the interview, and then the interview, in the middle of the interview, no. In the beginning of the interview, the way his writing style is like he describes what's going on right before the interview, during the interview, all that shit as he's interviewing. So he's like, however he writes it, he's like, so this skinny 16-year-old kid, maybe he didn't say skinny, but he's like, this 16-year-old kid comes and sits down, and he's humming to himself, I got money, I got power, I got respect with the tech. I said, shut the fuck up.
That's crazy.
So what? Right. So I was like, I'm reading, I'm like, it's Crow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I'm like, so what you mean? Like, so I mean, I think later on in the random. But later on in the article, I think he ends up saying like, oh yeah, the song by Fat Troll or some shit, just so it confirms it while I'm reading it. Like, what the fuck? This is not happening. So I'm like, all right, boom. Let me call David. So I hit David. I'm like, bruh, this Chief Keef kid that you just interviewed, what's up with him? He was like, yeah, blah blah blah. He was humming your man song, Money, Power, Respect, Tech, blah blah blah. I was like, wow, okay. You got his info? Let me try to connect them. Like, it's like, because I fuck with his music. Shit.
That was a bang.
He was like, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna send you that shit. Boom. So he sends it. I text him. We talk. All that shit. Boom.
That's crazy.
In the midst of all this, right? He's like, yeah, he's telling me like, yeah, I fuck with Trell, blah blah blah. Like, fuck with Boosa, everybody. Like, I'm like, oh, he tapped in. He really watched my videos. Yeah. This shit's crazy. So I'm like, yo, this is hard. And, I don't know if people know this. I can't wait to tell y'all this. But what you call? So he's really fucking with my videos and shit. So we fuck with each other for like a good like week, just talking.
Right.
But in the midst of that, he's like, yo, I'm gonna send some shit and get Trell on it, blah blah blah. So which ends up being Russian roulette and all that shit, right? Yeah. But in the midst of all that, because like now, he's like he has a tie to the camp, you know what I'm saying? You fucking with niggas. I'm sending him some of my videos as I'm shooting them. So I told you I was like branching out and starting shooting other people's videos for bread.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm making my bread on the side, and one of the videos I shot was one of my. He's actually a good dude too. My man Fats Hollywood, and he's from out Woodbridge,
right?
And he did a Fuck Shock Lizzie song.
Okay. Yep.
I shot that.
The tops.
But oh shit. But so I shot the song, but he got to it, and then in the beginning of the song, this is like early on when like putting guns in the video is like a big deal.
Yeah.
But he had endless fucking like rifles and shit like that, and it was a cool looking video. I like shooting that video.
Yeah,
it was simple.
Right, but that shit was tough because I remember even them days. Like now, I remember you had. All them niggas did pull up to the DMV and pull up to the Midi East and all them shit, and them vlogs and all that shit. That shit really lit.
Yeah. But it's funny. So you said how you're moving into the A&R thing, and Bruke was even asking like about the A&R thing. But do you feel something because you fucked with him before that moment happened? Like, in your own kind of way, you discovered them for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like that sometimes when I fuck with the artist before they go mainstream, it's like I know what I'm talking about when I talk about this music shit. I know what I'm talking about.
Like,
I knew that person was gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Ordinarily, if it was just that one time because they got so big, you'd be like, yeah.
But also that's 2 times. It's Chief Keef and it's Fat Trail. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, got you.
Actually, you're right.
Got you.
But so hear me out. So it's like you'll feel that way just because of how big whoever you figured out beforehand got. You'll feel that way anyway. But bro, it happened a lot, like a lot. It's like a lot.
Yeah.
A lot to the point where niggas knew like, yo, you know some shit. Like,
yeah.
So
when was there at any point where you felt like you knew some shit? You know what I'm saying? Where you felt like, oh, I could be an A&R or something, or I could discover talent. Because we've said this with
people telling me
in that interview that we did with Holmes a minute ago. We was talking about how as a videographer, a lot of times because you're sometimes if you're shooting for people, it's a little bit before they blow up or something like that, and you can kind of tell if you're say the video that you're shooting, you can kind of tell if you're working with a good song or a bad song. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like to a degree, sometimes we feel like we can be A&Rs because you kind of push how dope this rapper looks. You know what I'm saying? Or how this video looks. Like you have it's like Play-Doh. Like you can create a star. Producers do the same thing.
Do you in this moment even recognize that like you're tapping into another ability? Like do you like you shooting visuals and shit, but do you notice that like damn, like this is another skill set that I'm cultivating, or maybe does it come down late? And if you didn't realize at that moment, at what moment did you realize that, damn, I actually do have like other skill sets that maybe it's actually just more lucrative. I'm actually just trying to get into that a little bit more. When did that shift happen? Was it at that moment or did it come later down the line?
Like I said, around that time, I wasn't thinking too hard, right? But I wasn't really doing it thinking that.
Right.
Like I was just doing it. It was just like,
doing
yo, like I enjoy being a jack of all trades. Like that's how I looked at it. Like I enjoy being like somebody that networks well. You know what I'm saying? I network well with a lot of people, like a lot of different camps and groups and shit. Like I always had that. So and plus because of what I do, and y'all know by being videographers, everybody wants to be your friend anyway.
Yeah.
So it's easy to like tap in, see what's what, like how can it help me help you, that type of shit. So it's like it was always easy. I never thought of it as being an A&R until I learned the definition of that title.
Yeah.
So I did that anyway. I felt just cause for so long. So it was like, oh, I could do this, and and evolved into now I'm a manager and shit, managing trial, whatever. So it's all the evolution of like the same skills I've always had. That's why on your resume when you write your skills is basically what you can do.
Yeah, what you're able to do.
The best way to explain it is you're doing the same shit. You just got more authority. So it's like when you're and like I say, I don't really like the A&R term. Like it's a job title if you're getting paid doing that shit. But being an A&R is just like being a homie that does everything. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of I find the beats, I help them. You know what I'm saying? Do everything. It's like rappers need help.
Yeah,
rappers need help. They should just be rapping.
Right.
Really. Like if they have the capacity to know the business, cool, know the business. But it's like rappers have to rap. Yeah. So there needs to be other people thinking on their behalf for like the other shit. Like it just has to be. So a lot of people around have these skill sets and just don't realize like, you're like, I got nothing. I got no college degree. I got no certifications. Like, nigga, you could do this. Yeah. You really could. Like if you dedicate and like show your worth to somebody and you could actually get that job.
Because a lot of people see the final product and they don't necessarily see like what's behind the curtain. Like, bro, it takes a lot of moving parts for this to work. Like, never mind the product. To make this product receptive to the masses, like that's a whole other thing.
Bro, one thing I've learned just like through the years and shit and doing this shit, you can always tell like there's a lot of talented artists that flop, and you know that, right? Like, not even just like numbers wise flop, just flop like
they fizzle out.
The trajectory, it was
it's like
they fizzle out. They don't live up to what they could have been.
I've learned that it's not the fault of the artist; it's always the team, like
or the lack of a team.
Some like I say out of 100% of all artists that quote unquote flop, I say only 30% of them is 30% of the time is the actual artist's fault. Like. It's up to the team to figure out new innovative ways to make them like
Interesting.
Yeah, it's entertainment at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
people knock a lot of the artists that people will say, "Oh, shit, why did they like?" But it's like, nigga, they team working overtime. Like, you see how they made
there's a reason why. There's a reason why, like, certain labels, everybody they put out does well. They're successful as a label for a reason. Like TDE, QC, Cash Money. Their team, like, makes sure everybody goes through everything. They're analytical. They figure out. They do market research. They figure out what makes sense about everything that we're doing. Like, we'll spend X amount of dollars to the blogs because that's doing this much of engagement right now. Not just throw all our money towards it because it sounds good.
Yeah,
like people are doing shit strategically well. Like, and I know it's because they have a good team. They got a good lawyer. They got a good accountant. They got whatever it is that you
publicists,
do. Like, all these
stuff.
things.
Yeah.
So, like, I've learned the team is most important. Like, you know, there could be one superstar that, you know what I'm saying? Right. But, like, the team is most important. So when you hear about, artists that, like, they switch their whole management and all that shit, and either shit take off for them and it falls off, that's the point you need to start looking at what happens in their career.
Yeah.
Every time there's, like, some type of, like, executive switch.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's what I'll be looking at. So.
I mean, you made a great point when you said it's really like the team that does it. You know what I'm saying? What you looking at?
Well,
yeah. You like that. That's a. I feel like you can see it, bro, because like you said, man, artists are artists. You know what I'm saying? And you can look at any medium, whether it's making music, whether it's I mean, literally anything. Like that's why people have agents. You know what I'm saying? Like just because I'm good at writing raps doesn't mean that I know how to go and get a job, like get gigs. It doesn't mean I know how to do like business related things. It don't mean I know how to fucking make the artwork that's gonna pop on socials, and like it don't mean I know how to do any of that. It don't mean I know how to make the post that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, like make the song go viral. Like, nah, like I know how to make the song. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else got it. Yeah,
what I'm an expert at.
Exactly.
I need experts in other areas.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and pushing shit is a whole. You got people who literally like what they do is manage social medias. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a whole thing. So that's a great point, and I think it's something that people who are like up and coming don't take enough consideration into.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's like everything else in life. Like everybody thinks it's easy just looking at it.
Because all we see is the artist song that went viral. And we see that you know what I'm saying? Like when you know, Lil Wayne drops the album, we see he gets the Grammy. But like we don't see like who pushed the album, how they got it, you know what I'm saying, on the charts and all this type of shit. Like,
I mean, once you get to a certain point, it's
your name. But I'm saying like even you know, you know, you're absolutely right. It's not like Lil Wayne can't drop something. People just gonna go look at it because of the strength of his name. But everybody has to get to that point. Like Birdman got him to that point. You know what I mean? Or like Cash Money got him to that point.
But that's why like the way the labels work now, like the label structure and just the business model in general, like they want people with motion. Period.
That's like, today,
today they don't give a fuck about talent. Like you could be the sickest nigga. Like,
if you got motion, they can put like fire. They could put gasoline on the fire
because you already got motion. Yeah. So all they're doing is being the machine, and it's like that's why I say the teams are important. The team that got you there usually comes along for the ride, but it's like that's all they're doing. All they're doing is just like gassing the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So when at what point do you hit the move out LA? Like I know you bi-coastal with it, you know what I'm saying? You be back and forth, but at one point where you like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I need to, business is good, a lot of things good, life is good over west, I done sowed my seeds. I need to make this play real quick.
This how it happened. So the whole time I'm fucking with Trell, all this shit happening, blah, blah, blah. So actually, this is exactly how it happened. It's funny. It's like right behind what I just told you. So Sosa and all of them come through, and they leave. I shoot the video, right? The night that, we're leaving DC, at this time I'm going to VCU. So I'm driving down to VCU, and Trell happened to come with me. So I come down, I get my iMac set up and shit, and I start editing the video, right? So we back to back just doing this shit and getting it done. Like I did it in 4 hours or something, like 3-4 hours, real quick. Like, that's actually quick for a video. But
Facts.
Very quick. Don't let that become public knowledge. Now niggas gonna be thinking you can get a video done in 4 hours.
Listen.
Niggas gonna be 4 hours later. Is that video done? Is that video done?
There's a reason I'm fake retired right now. Like,
the expectations are out of control.
Bro.
The expectations are out of control. Just because Instagram videos could be done in a minute, don't mean fucking full on music videos could be done in a couple of hours, dog. It takes like a couple of days, couple of weeks for real.
For real. So specifically that video, just because I was so excited for it.
Yeah,
and
facts.
And I was just working nonstop, like like locked in type shit. And it's a pretty simple video, actually. So I just got to it. But long story short, I get it done. I call my man, works at WorldStar. I'm like, yo, I got some shit. And he's like, yo, send it to me. I get it up. 30 minutes past, it's on the big box of WorldStar.
Jesus.
Right.
So 30 minutes from when you finished the video, which is 4 hours after you shot it.
From when I exported it.
Yeah.
From when I exported
That's
it.
crazy.
I exported it 30 minutes later, it's like to the dot. Like,
yeah.
boom, I was on the
Nigga
top
didn't
box
even
of
check to
WorldStar.
see if it had any mistakes in it.
No, at this point, bro.
Yeah.
This is during the month that Chief Keef was like juggernaut. Nigga.
Yeah.
Like he could drop
anything, and people go watch
He
it.
could drop anything, and niggas was watching that shit like instantly. Like,
Yeah.
So it was like they was like, oh, we got an exclusive. That shit going up. They just threw that shit
facts.
up, and that shit was up. Like, bruh, I'm talking about it. I remember that day like yesterday. Bro.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
that was like like you talk about notifications and shit now.
Yeah.
Like, back then,
Shit was
my
buzzing.
goodness, nigga, what?
Yeah.
I couldn't use my phone. Shit was crazy.
Yeah.
So that happens, and I want to say 2 weeks passes, and I'm back in Richmond. Trudon left and came back, and we kicking it like we used to just be out there.
Right.
And I think we playing Madden or some shit. And Trell's manager at the time calls. And he was like, "Yeah, we got Master P on the phone. He trying to holler at you."
Jesus Christ.
Trell like, nigga,
Stop lying.
fucking playing with me. Click like,
Oh my God,
shit
nigga
like
banged on him.
Nah, I mean, I'm not sure if you banged.
Yeah,
but that was
yeah.
the attitude. Like,
Yeah.
So the nigga like called back and he's like, "Bro, I'm dead ass. Like this nigga trying to holler at you." He was like, "All right, put it on the lines." It was like, so whatever happened, calls back, and it's Master P on the line. Trell got on speaker. I'm like, what's happening?
Crazy.
So like, I'm like, this is tight because Master fucking P. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
what?
So long story short, they talked. I was like, blah, and yeah, he was like, yeah, come on out. Come talk to me, basically. We'll have like a little 2-day meeting. He said, come out for the weekend. We'll talk, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So, we get the flight. I'm going to school at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
After that moment, I didn't know it.
If you would be back.
I didn't know if I was gonna be
Right.
But,
Yeah.
So like, not at VCU anyway. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Right.
So we land, but I didn't know this. I didn't know this at this point. It's supposed to be a 2-day trip. So we go.
Oh, you didn't know it was gonna be a 2-day trip. You thought it was
No, we knew it was a 2-day trip.
Yeah.
That's what we were under the impression of.
Oh, okay.
So we get there and he's shooting a video and shit. I'm like, oh shit, nigga. As soon as I get there, Silk the Shocker let me in. I'm like, what
Jesus
the fuck
Christ.
is happening?
Silk the Shocker.
Silk the
Wow.
Shocker
That's
lets me in.
crazy.
Monica right there for no reason.
Wow.
Monica.
Look, I'm saying way too many names. I don't know what the fuck going on.
I'm weak.
But yeah, there's a bunch of shit. A bunch of people,
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain's video
Yeah.
with Master P right there chopping it up with us. I'm like,
Right.
damn, this is life. And
This
I'm
is
just
crazy.
recording this shit too. So we kicking it, and we have a whole day. We go to the studio, go out to eat, all that shit. And the nigga, long story short, the nigga pull out an Enterprise card, and he pull out some keys. He was like, "Yeah, I got y'all a crib." I'm like,
What? For him to stay at?
Yeah. He's like, y'all got a crib. He's like, we gonna talk. I mean, they
Same
was doing
shit he is.
listen, let me emphasize.
Nigga, Master P really. Master P really Master P, man.
Listen,
This is the Master P I imagine.
Listen.
No limit.
Let me emphasize that I don't know the business they talk.
No, yeah, 100%.
But to me, I'm just happening.
This was just happening. Yeah,
This is
100%.
happening. So long story short, we there and whatever happened ran its course. It was actually really fucked up what happened, but we ain't gonna talk about that shit.
Yeah.
But long story short, Trell and his manager at the time decided to be back on the East.
Where did y'all go? New Orleans?
No, nigga.
To meet
LA.
Master P. Was that?
It was in
It was in LA.
Oh, LA. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he stayed in New Orleans.
So I mean, this is like months and maybe a year or so.
Yeah.
Years later, whatever. I don't know how long, but I'm used to living in LA at this point.
Okay.
So them niggas go back, and I'm like,
I'm not going back.
Cool. Like,
I'm not going back.
I think I did. I came back for a little bit, but then I went right back, and I was like, yeah, I'm out here. So from that point, I was there till now. So like almost a decade, like 8 years, 9 years. Some shit. So and I was just fucking with it, like, and I was just like having emotion, like. Remember, I do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
yeah, you got something to do.
I got something to do, but I still coming back and forth. Anyway, I was flying back and forth anyway. All the time.
Right. I was going to say, like, you know how they say, you know what I'm saying, if you want to be in a certain industry, in a certain, like, type of thing, it's worth it to go to L.A. What do you think about that? Like, do you say it is? Do you say it isn't?
I mean, it's worth it to go a lot of places right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like because I feel I'm of the mindset that, you know, if you're good at what you do, you could be anywhere and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Like, it used to be that, so I ain't gonna say it's false, but now with the way things are, like, let's say you were an actor, like, it used to be all the sets was in LA. Yeah. So now it's like, nigga, like, you can live you just gotta fly. You might live in LA and have to fly to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, so why did you move here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you closer to the action, but it's like sometimes the action moves you. So it's like, it really doesn't matter. It's like, what's your online presence like? You have to show up to LA and where these offices are when you're ready to, like, work and shit, or like present yourself and sell yourself. But nah, it's like, to me, I don't think
you don't feel like you gotta live out there if you want to, like, get some motion.
You don't have to, but it doesn't hurt and
does it help? Does it help?
Hear me out.
Yeah.
The reason I'm careful about saying that shit is because it's like, you don't want to let people think like
that's gonna solve their problem.
Exactly.
Like, if you're not good, you're not good anywhere. You're not gonna go to LA and be good.
Because it does help, but it's not like you come out here and, like,
it's the reason.
Yeah,
you still got to put in a lot of work.
Exactly. Like, you have to, like.
It just gotta make sense. The play just.
It gotta make sense.
Yeah,
like, you just can't be doing shit just because it sounds good. Or you know somebody that did it in the work for them. Like, Like, it's
do you know people
going
in
there
LA,
in and of itself is not going to, like, be a guarantee that anything's going to pop. It's just going
listen, this is a worldwide thing I'm saying, or at least countrywide thing I'm saying. But niggas like me and you, if it's different. If somebody from the DMV asked me that, I'd be like, nigga, do what you want to do because it costs just as much to live in here as there.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Other parts of the country is like, why would you do this to yourself?
Yeah.
Because now you're used to paying.
You know the cost of living is, like, not worth the opportunities.
If you're from New York, DC, or LA, you're used to paying a certain type of shit.
Right.
But if you're not from those places, or Miami, if you're not from those type of places, you don't used to that shit. So it's like, why would you do this to yourself?
In chase of a what?
Like,
yeah.
And I'm not trying to knock no
100%.
If you feel like that's your way, then do it. But it's like, realistically nowadays, live where you at, stack your coins. Like, when it's time to meet people, catch flights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it's time to do shit, catch flights. All right, now, I'm going to LA for 2 weeks. I'm out grind, go to a bunch of fucking auditions, blah, blah, blah. And when I get called back, I'll fly back, blah, blah, blah. Still got shit going on. You got your, like, you know, your consistent motion, so you got money in your pocket and support your family, whatever you're doing. Like, that's how you should be doing it. Like, you should be, like, chasing it with your free time. But that's just my opinion. Like, go do it how you do it.
Yeah. No, I think I hear what you're saying in the sense of, like, you still got to put in the work, and then also too with the rise of social media and the internet in general, you can still meet people without having to, like, uproot yourself to a place that's expensive to live at. You know what I'm saying? You can do the groundwork from wherever you are, and then if you do got to go meet somebody, you can just catch a flight. You don't got to uproot your whole life.
I've been living in LA. I've been up and down, so I get what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and everywhere, like, we're always up and down. Like, being broke in DC feels the same as being broke in LA. You know what I'm saying? But being broke in Alabama probably don't feel bad.
You probably rich in Alabama and broke in LA.
Exactly. You feel me? Like, that's exactly what I mean. It's like, be careful what you're doing. Like,
not facts.
Yeah. So as far as, like, when we talk about I guess what you're working on, like, these days, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's like your focus as far as, you know, how you're just, like, directing your talents now? Is it focusing more on artist development and A&R type shit? Are you still shooting or nah? Like, what's kind of your focus these days? Are you just kind of making money? Because I think me and Bruke have had this conversation before. Right. It's like when you, like, yeah, I got all the creative fucking talents and stuff like that. I can make money in that way, but there's something about making money just like with the internet, you know what I'm saying? Like just sitting at your computer in the sense of cryptocurrencies and options and all the type of stuff. Sometimes it's interesting to just dig into that and kind of, because you know, the more you spend on it, the better you can get at it. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So I look at even like gambling on sports in that way. Like I like to dig into numbers so that I can make better sports bets. And that consumes a lot of my fucking time. It's like I'm trading editing time for like research time. You know what I'm saying? So when I ask the question of like, what are you spending the most of your time on? I really mean like, is it out being in the field or is it just like at your computer? You know what I'm saying?
So I'm kind of tapped in with a few things right now. And the majority I think is, I don't want to say majority because there's a lot of shit. Yeah. So I still manage trial. And with my partner Squirrely, and you know, shit's hectic right now because we're actually about to like, you know, get to shit. Yeah, like, so to finally like roll out and do.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So people can expect a project. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. So we tied in with that. We talk about that every day. We doing meetings and calls and trying to structure how shit go so we can. And this is like just a launch pad. So like we gotta do it a certain way to try to capitalize in the future and shit. So there's a certain way to do it. But I'm doing that. I'm actually like doing somewhat of a second career change too. And I'm trying to be like I'm gonna leave that alone. But, I'm trying to get into
but you got other things percolating up here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that and I think in the future I want to get back into videos because I have taken like a little bit of a break and fake retired.
He said fake retired.
Fake retired. And
like a little Jay-Z kind of retire.
It's like,
come back I come back whenever I want. You know what I'm saying? I come back whenever I want, but I'm just not
like Jordan, nigga.
Not until the circumstances are right.
but not to for necessarily music videos, but I want to do documentaries.
Okay.
I think specifically documentaries because there's shit like okay, and before I get into that, actually, the other thing to answer your question, because I'm just remembering, I really want to get into investing in Ghana. That's like a
okay, yeah,
like I gotta say it right now. Like Ghana's Africa is untapped. Y'all like everybody that's trying to find the new shit. Like there's like everybody in your shit. Like you don't want to spill the sauce because everybody doing your shit. Go check out Africa. Like real estate here is cool, but real estate there is gonna be like generational. Like,
I know a couple people who are fairly young that are working on like crazy real estate type projects in Nigeria, and it's interesting because like younger than me, you know what I'm saying, working like on big developments, and I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Like how I guess hard is it to get into it? Is it not like it's something that made me kind of take a step back and be like, am I not looking deep enough, or am I thinking it's hard just because I'm not from there or I don't live there? And that's something that I've kind of taken a step back and thought about my personal self. So it's interesting that you say that. I do believe it's untapped, but I feel like when I look at it, it's like I've been hearing it's untapped for almost a decade now. So it's like, has it been tapped yet? And I just don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it, because you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I feel like I've been hearing that for a long time, but that's because I'm from there. You know what I'm saying? So,
but listen, like, when's the last time you went
to Nigeria? 2019, 2018.
Okay. You didn't see anything that made you think this might be true, what I'm saying?
No, I believe in what you're saying. I believe in what you're saying. And what I say, so when I go there, I'm always like, oh, I could come over here with all the things that I know and like kill. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe what you're saying.
The thing is, you know how you just feel that way sometimes? Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
lean into it. You actually got to do it. Yeah.
So everything that you, like all the systems and shit that you've learned here, like that aren't implemented there, like, you know, it worked. Just do them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and not everything gonna translate, but it's
for the most part it will. Because like the internet has made the world very similar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like every place got its own customs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but they're all hip to the same kind of customs.
Exactly.
Like everybody's gonna want an Instagram video. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody. So the last time I went was for my cousin's wedding, and she had videographers in there going crazy. I'm looking at them like, oh, y'all got gimbals now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got stabilizers now? Last time I was here, y'all didn't have this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's very, it's kind of noticing, oh, like they're catching on. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same shit even Kojo be telling me, because, you know, Kojo, he's based out Ghana right now, and he just be on some, bruh, like, here it's a saturation thing, so you really gotta be really keen with your business.
Oh, you gotta be nice and you gotta be good.
Amazing,
it's competition,
shit, and you still gotta like, bro, you gotta
prove
have
yourself
good
and have good customer service.
Not to cut y'all off.
No, go ahead.
But like, remember how we was just saying like even when I got a DSLR, I just felt like I was before niggas.
Yeah.
That's how Africa feels.
Yeah.
That's like that. It's just when I'm there, it's like with everything I've learned, I've gathered over the years. It's like, yo, I just feel like
you're light years ahead.
Even with the shit that used to be like, oh, now it's oversaturated. Even there, I feel like, oh, I can do that out here. Right. I can get it out here. Like I know exactly how to do it.
Several years behind.
So my thing becomes, well, okay, like how do I, like, what would be the first step in doing that over there? You know what I'm saying? Is it finding somebody who's popping and kind of you know, embellishing them? You know what I'm saying?
I would think,
I don't know.
I would think it's more so of a, you know, having a prolonged stay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out here for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And
just working.
I'm really I have my camera on hand.
Yeah.
I'm not even on some, what's the, like, bro, I'm just tapping in.
Yeah.
And since I'm here in a month, I'm going to, like, the way that I'm doing off my turnaround time, I'm going to pull back up on you tomorrow with a motherfucking commercial. Like, kind of like literally.
If you don't got nothing to do, for sure.
For sure. Like, I'm saying more so tap, like, you'll make the trip literally like, yo, I'm trying to actually tap into my country. That was the main purpose of this trip.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just want to be able to make my imprint.
Usually when I'm going to Nigeria, I'm going for something else. Like video is not even on my mind. Or business building is not on my mind. Like
me neither. But I'm like, the prospect of like actually going there for that purpose, I'm like, damn,
change things.
Damn, because I be doing a whole lot of that here.
Yeah.
The fuck, like I'll be like, man, over there, like
I'll put it to y'all like this.
Yeah.
Like even thinking the way we think here is kind of small. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree.
So no, because I mean, compared to there. So like, I'm about to do shit there I'd never do here.
Oh, okay.
For example, like, there's people in my family that they're farmers essentially, right? But they grow like cash crops, so it's like corn, coconuts, you know, all this type of shit, like rubber plants, like all type of shit that can be processed and used for other shit. Boom.
Yeah.
With the right amount of land, like if you were to get into real estate and get the right type of shit, you could make a fucking fortune. Like just
farming. Yeah.
And it's not like painstaking, like you got the hoe and you know what I'm saying? No, it's like with the right business plan and the right structure, and you have like the right equipment, like the shit could be automated, and it's like 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
Like if you have 10 acres of coconut trees, just 10.
Yeah.
10 acres of coconut trees, and each tree gives you 50 coconuts, right? And each acre you get 100 trees.
Yeah.
Right? So 50 times 100.
Yeah.
What? 5,000. 5,000 times 10.
Yeah.
50,000.
50,000, right? So 50,000 times $1.
$50,000.
You harvest.
I know that, man.
You harvest every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Nah. Like, so you
harvest every 2 weeks.
Nah,
like,
you're absolutely
like
right. Niggas are thinking.
Like once it actually starts up.
You're right. I think so. You're right, because it's very interesting how we automatically think about, okay, well, how do we make money here? You know what I'm saying? And then like, how can I make money in the same way there? But no, you're actually right. It's like, what would work over there and do that? You know what I'm saying?
But it comes to you easier because it's easier. It's not like too advanced. Like it's almost like it slows down for you to see like, wait, I could do this. Like I could add the principles I already know here to this that I know works here. Because this is the, you know what I'm saying, this is the guaranteed way to make bread. Like, I would never think about farming. Like I could get land for the cheap and plant. And do, you get what I'm saying? Like
100%.
Like, and you know, granted, like it wasn't I'm not gonna take credit for the idea because I know there's somebody in my family doing it. But I'm able to see it and realize it. But it's like that's
and it's crazy because like I think one of the biggest things is once you know somebody can do something, you believe that you can do it too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like motivation for me, and that's kind of also why I do fuck with going to Nigeria because I got like some wealthy people in my family. When I see how they have like built what they've built over there, I'm just like, damn, like and comfortable, and also not like hustle and bustle. Maybe there are hustling and I'm just not seeing it when I'm there, but I still feel like to a degree, just the way that life is out there, it's not you said what? Oh yeah, stretch, yeah, 100%.
Like, bro, like it's not, when people hear currency exchanges, like the people that aren't really hip and somewhat ignorant to it, like they think like, oh, my dollar becomes 20 of your dollars.
Yeah.
It's not that simple because things cost more as well too.
Yeah.
But what I will say for most African countries, like for people that want to go to Africa, your money, I want to say 5X's, 5 to 6X's.
If you can set it up where you're still making money here, and then you can spend money there, like you can live there but still make money here.
What I was gonna say earlier, what I was saying, I might get into a remote type of job just because I could do everything I'm doing now. I basically could do remote still.
Yeah.
So if I was to take a remote job from here, take it there, 6 figures, whatever.
Yeah.
And live like that, I'm a millionaire.
Yeah, 100%. Because you can save literally all your the cost of living is a fraction of what it is.
Tap into doing or something.
That'd be fire.
So I could be out there and then pursue my shit because I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I could pursue all these like ventures and shit that I want to try because I'll be comfortable.
That'd be fire. Yeah. Nah, that's
keeping
crazy.
Keeping it going, just keeping it coming.
Yeah.
And still make investments.
Real gambling. I fuck with that.
For sure. Brick, you got anything else?
Nah, bro. Like this shit was really dope, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I can't think of any other questions. I think, if you guys want to get into it, I kind of want to know what, so that moment or like those moments when like Fat Trell was gone, what was kind of y'all's as a team? Like, what was kind of y'all's like approach to things? Like, how did y'all go about, I guess, like keeping his name alive or just like whatever, like what was those moments like when he was gone and then when he came home and everybody was kind of waiting for him, like I feel like his homecoming was very highly anticipated, you know what I'm saying, like in the city and everything,
so like with all that, like it's cool because and he's like my boy now, he's my brother, like I don't even think of him as really a rapper. I know he raps and he raps well, but it's not like he's a rapper to me. Pat Trell is like it's Trell. But like it's cool because my man's like a legend out here. So it's like a lot of this shit wasn't like, oh, we had to try so hard or whatever the fuck. Like we put out the occasional tape or whoever put out occasional tape.
And people were receptive.
And you know what I'm saying? Just to, just let it be known niggas still rap or we still got shit just hidden or whatever. But it just showed in like each time he came back home, like for like. And speaking of which, bro, like, I feel like nobody ever really addressed, like, the nigga doesn't like jail. The nigga don't keep trying to get.
You're not itching to go back.
Like, it's a fucked up way. Like, it's like when you have the worst of luck and something just like happens and you be like, yo, no, bro, trust me, this is exactly how it happened. It was just the worst of luck. Yeah. Like, in terms of he got pulled over back to back on some shit and then the probation like crossed with some other shit, so as soon as he gets out, he has to go back in. Then it looks like he just did some fuck shit. Like it's just some dumb shit. Yeah. But long story short, like one thing about Trell, bro, like he's another type of nigga. Like he's not like he's who he says he is, but he's like another like he's a very like we're akin. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like funny as shit. Like he's very smart. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so it's funny like when I see. We like being behind the camera, right? For a reason. Yeah. We like our privacy, right? Like it's funny to me knowing somebody that's in the spotlight and how everybody else
sees them.
Yeah. So it's just like a wow. It's like it's an eye opener. Like you just be like, oh, this is how people think. Like
that's very true.
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy. Just like to hear that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I think a lot of people don't know because they don't know him very well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't know the perspective, but that's dope. Appreciate you sharing that. But nah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you coming on and everything that. Let people know one where, you know what I'm saying, they can keep up with you and your work and everything like that, and I guess just like what you got going, like coming that people can be anticipating, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, yeah, they can follow me on Instagram at Blaqstar91.
Mm-hmm.
Most things at Blaqstar91, really. I say at this point in time, I'm in preparation for some things that I want to do. But right now, like, I'm focused on trail situation and making that launch a successful launch. Get some shit going. I mean, it's a fucked up time right now. Like the economy's bad. Everything's like, it's a weird time.
It is weird. Nah, that's a big fact.
It's a weird time to be trying to do shit, but like you just gotta like fight through it. They talk about digital dollars. Making their own dollars.
Nah, you're absolutely right about that. It's weird times right now, and I feel like everything that everybody is doing is just like.
So I'm kind of holding on. Right
Yeah.
Like for example, like I know what I can do on options.
Right.
But I'm like, this is weird. So it's like
I gotta
unpredictable times right now.
Too unpredictable.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna just chill and wait for it. But it's like I know I have that in my back pocket. Like, you know, I got to see how shit plays out, and you know, what I mean, I have hope for the future. Like no matter what I'm going through, because it's like I know, like I've learned these skills that I know I'll never have to worry about.
Know how to adapt.
Exactly. I'll know how to adapt. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's real.
But yeah.
Back to the interview.
You ready?
Back to the interview.
You ready?
The UFC match,
Early.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blaqstar coming through.
For sure, man. 105. Great conversation for sure. Man.
For sure. Yeah, man. Trying to think of, you know, like what's going on this weekend.
Man, I know playoffs is loading up. Can't wait. I'm really gonna be back into these parlays for real. I know
Yeah.
I got everybody's 100% effort, you know. So
yeah, oh no, that's a
let's
fact.
get it.
The last like 3-4 days of the regular season were ugly. I'm not ugly.
I mean,
you put money on like, you know,
The
some
teams
young
that-
boys
exactly,
or like some,
facts,
you know
for
what I'm saying? There was a lot of young dudes going on. Josh Giddey. Oh, well, that was in the playing game. Josh Giddey had
went
30
crazy.
points. Crazy. But yeah, man, playoff basketball is on its way. Even these playing games have been pretty dope.
Fact.
So yeah, now that's on the schedule for sure. You got anything else going on this weekend?
Nah, man, just some editing gotta take care of. And yeah, bro, just and study, you know, editing, studying more, same of the routine.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, next week, man, we're looking forward to the season finale of Snowfall.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into,
we're gonna get into all of that next week, man.
Yeah, we can do the whole rundown.
That's probably gonna have to
that'll
be
be a
what the
lit
bulk
week.
of the show
Yeah, that'll
is,
be a lit
man,
week for sure.
Because you know this season has been phenomenal thus
For
far.
sure, man.
It's gonna
Crazy
be crazy to
episode.
see how the series ends. But with that, man, everybody have a good weekend, and we'll see y'all next time.
Real early.
Early.